Well, hey everybody, I'm here with one of you, my subscribers. Um, this is Shizzy.
Hey guys, nice to meet you.
Um, so you help, well, this video is going to be about how to finance your car hauling business or
Or any business.
any business really.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk a little bit about how you finance your car hauling business and helped some others finance theirs.
Yeah.
And credit repair, and you've helped me in the past repair my credit because I could have used a little bit of a boost.
Everyone needs a boost, you know?
We had all those rental car loans, so
Yeah, a lot of those inquiries when it comes to like dealerships or whatnot, they run inquiry after inquiry after inquiry trying to get the best rate for you or whatever can benefit them the most.
yeah,
you know?
and I had like 40.
Yeah.
And I've tried to, well, I knew they'd kind of go away eventually. It wasn't a real big deal, I thought, but I had some interest in figuring out how to get rid of them, and someone offered to get rid of them for like $100 each, and I had like 42 or something of those. Yeah, we bought like 8 rental cars a year and a half ago, so
How's all that going?
it's okay, but like everything, it takes work.
Right.
You know, Dasha, we may. I just need to be a car hauler. That's all, and my wife to just be a wife and not a wife with a business and all that stuff. It's just a lot of extra work, and my weakness is I fall in love with a lot of things.
Right. You get
You know,
attached.
yeah, and if there's a way we could automate it, we might do that, but it's just
Yeah.
I enjoy doing what I do
With the car and all.
with the car hauling and all the YouTube stuff, and
Yeah, I know there's some like rental companies where you bring them your cars and then they'll do all the back end work and then they just take a fee or a percentage or whatever it is. So you could look into that too.
yeah, we looked into some of that.
Or just give them all away to your YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, we thought about that. We thought about like that Nissan Skyline I hauled recently where the guy won it.
Oh yeah.
Right. But so yeah, anyways, so Shizzy was able to clear up those inquiries for me at a much better deal.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, since I'm in the area and I get to meet you, why don't we promote what you can do for everyone else out there, for the subscribers?
Yeah.
So you've gotten yourself how much? Like for that trailer, you said instead of a traditional trailer loan, you got an SBA loan.
Yeah.
And it's for 10 years.
10 years. So that one was a little bit different. This was kind of before I really got like into the credit. I had an LLC where I do like e-commerce and other stuff. And I had gotten approved for, well, I wanted to get into trucking to begin with. And it was easier to get approved for a loan with my LLC that had more age and more history on it versus opening a brand new trucking LLC. The rates would be much higher and there's no income to prove for verification or anything. So what I did was I had another LLC already that had probably 3 or 4 years on it now. And the bank saw the numbers and like, all right, we'll approve you for this much. And because it's SBA, they kind of take care of you a little bit. They give you a more leeway. So instead of me having to pay off a loan within like 2 to 3 years, they let me so say I pay that 40K loan off, for example, I can reuse that 40K because it's a line of credit versus a normal credit card or a loan where you use the balance and you can't use it again. So that's kind of the good thing about that. You have 10 years with that. So you can use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. Kind of like a credit card, but it's like hard cash. You could transfer it to your bank account and it's not on an actual card. You can wire it, do whatever you want with it. So that's what I did. And I bought that first trailer with it.
Now you have another one, and
Yeah, I'm working on restoring all that.
he's
And
kind of like copying what I'm doing, but
what you tell everyone not to do.
yeah. So you've helped others get financing around 100,000 for their business,
Yeah.
right?
So
Stuff like that.
yeah, it's not even for necessarily like car hauling. You know, I had a friend, he wanted to open up a restaurant, and he didn't want to have to open a loan and pay all the interest rates. So I helped him get approved for about like $120,000, 0% interest funding, and these are actually on credit cards. So after like 12 or 15 months, the interest rate will kick in. But for those first 12, 15, or 18 months, you're not paying any interest at all. So you could start a whole business, and if it's lucrative enough, you know, you don't have to pay any interest. But if you're smart, even like a year later when the interest is over, you can still, you know, there's ways to avoid interest. You can transfer that debt to another 0% card you get approved for, you know, and just work your way around the banks instead of paying hard loans and interest rates and paying way too much money, you know.
Well, 100,000, that amount is,
It's a
you
huge
could pay
amount,
that
yeah.
off easy within the first year or a year and a half of car hauling.
Right.
It should be very.
Maybe like 4 or 5 months, right?
You should pay a big part of that off.
Right.
You should be able to.
If you're smart with your money, you know.
Yeah, so that could really be a good way to,
Get people in the game.
yeah, to get in the game.
Yeah.
But don't do it like these Ukrainians. I mean, okay, the stupidest thing I heard was somebody bought like a Denali GMC pickup, like $68,000, and a 2-car trailer for 30,000. You know, it was like $90,000 to $100,000 he invested cash. This was like the only money he had. He just came to America with 100,000,
Oh, jeez.
and
He bought it all cold hard cash.
yeah, and
Probably screwed
I was
himself
like,
over.
man, you could have got yourself into like a semi, or got a driver into a semi,
Right.
and you could dispatch it and stuff like that. There's better ways to invest that kind of money in
Right.
car hauling. So maybe it'd be worth your while to talk to me about it. I can't always answer all the messages that come in to Instagram. I mean, I'm like, lately it's been really,
Yeah, you're becoming a superstar.
I really have to pick and choose, not necessarily pick and choose, but I just can't keep up with all the messaging. And I have an online assistant, and I want to get another one. So,
You know what you could do is you can reply to comments with a video, because usually people have the same questions, but they don't ask it. So it's a good way to.
I just don't want to be hitting my finger on a piece of glass, you know? Like, I just get so, I don't know. I like doing the YouTube videos, and that's pretty much all
The fun comes in.
yeah, I don't want to use my phone much more than that.
Right.
And so, anyways, yeah, we should have a link for you. We'll make a link on the website for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I mean, I do credit repair, so people who have bad credit, what we'll do is we'll fix all the credit first, and then that allows them to be eligible to be able to get like these high limit credit cards. If you have bad credit, the banks aren't going to give you any money. You know, you might have ruined reputations or relationships in the past. So I can fix a lot of things first, and then that's when you can really start getting like $20,000, $30,000 credit cards, and then those add up quick when you can start growing a lot faster, a lot quicker, because everyone says cash is king, but nowadays credit is really king because it can take you a lot farther, a lot faster.
Yeah, as long as you don't buy like a 2-car hauler Denali.
Right.
But
You
buy
have to be
something
smart. Yeah.
much more, I mean, like, he's got a trailer outside that I've been kind of trolling, but you really got a deal on that.
Yeah.
So I can help you find the equipment, and you could do the financing.
Yeah, what I do, I always hit up Serge. I'm like, hey Serge, should I buy this? You know, I confirm with him first, and then he's like, he gives me the green light, and then I'll go ahead and
Yeah,
listen.
like
or try to listen.
if we would have talked more, you could, this trailer that we have outside his house right now could have been a better deal
Right.
than it is. It's it's kind of okay between, it's not like, it's almost a bad deal, but it's okay. It'll be,
It's fixable.
yeah. But you could have done a better inspection of it,
Right.
but because you were in a hurry,
Yeah. I had cars lined up, so
yeah, he basically bought a trailer just so he could haul the load, and then the trailer wasn't inspected as well as it should have been, and you could have negotiated much more. You probably
Yeah.
could have knocked him down about 2-3 more thousand at least.
I mean, he knocked it down from a good price in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah. So again, as long as you didn't buy a Denali for,
in 968.
yeah, you're still way below like a quarter of what this
Right,
guy
right,
paid
right.
for a Denali in a 2-car trailer.
Less
So
than 10%.
with this one, yeah. So
Okay.
it's but a lot of people, because they don't know how to do the deal correctly, the financing, they just buy whatever they can just to get their foot in the door,
Yeah.
and soon they become broke and the payments are high, and then they never talk to me. A lot of people started car hauling because they seen my videos, and they may have messaged me. They may have seen like 50 of my videos, and there's like well over 500, and they may have gotten some consultation from me or not, and then eventually,
They just didn't listen.
they didn't listen to what I wanted. I wanted everyone to succeed. And it's just sad that they have a deal that
Hurts a lot.
it hurts them in the long run. And ideally, it would be nice if you could have something you could always sell for, and have equity
Liquid,
in your equipment, in your trailer, because a lot of the guys get into it and they don't necessarily like the trailer they have, but it could be good for another guy, or like they might be a little bit overweight. A hard side enclosed might not be for that type of guy that can't crawl out a window as well or something, or
we're lucky.
yeah, and they want to do like a 5-car open where all the decks lay flat, and you could haul 3 bucket trucks if you want on top, or 5 cars. Like those are pretty sweet trailers. So the thing that I'm trying to say is to have your equipment bought in such a way where you could always exit that situation. You could always sell it to another guy. You could always trade up for it.
Have those connections,
Yeah. Now, if you buy it too expensive of a price, you can't. You take that option away from yourself. Or if you finance it the wrong way, you also
and that's the
are
thing.
stuck with it too.
That's the thing when dealers know that you're getting into trucking. Trucking is considered a more quote unquote riskier business. So the interest rates are way higher than buying like a normal car. They'll do like 12, 20, 15%, whatever it might be, versus a car might be like 5 to 8 to 10, So when dealers hear trucking and interest rates, banks and all that, they don't like to give money that easily. So that's why it's smart to be like, get the funding beforehand, or get the pre-approvals, get the hard loans or cash beforehand, so that you know what you're getting into money-wise, and that you're not going to get a 17% interest rate, and that eats a lot of people alive too. They can't make their payments.
Yeah, it's the worst when it's just a bad deal all around, and I've been there. You don't have to do it that way. You can get the financing right and wait until you have an opportunity on the trailer. I get a lot of messages from trailers for sale,
Some of
trucks
them are really
for sale.
cheap right now too.
Yeah, right now is a good time to buy a semi-truck. There are a lot of semi-trucks available.
Trailers as well.
Trailers too have gotten not as expensive as they were like right after COVID. It was insane. They're still up there too. I mean, I remember a 2-car enclosed trailer a nice one that I bought with a Dodge Ram, I paid $8,000. It was brand new.
Steel.
Brand new. And that was, or it might have been a year old.
But you'll never see those now.
Yeah, now a $7,000 price gets you a 16-foot snowmobile trailer or something.
Oh, yeah, I got outside.
Yeah, or something really, really used and needs a bunch of
Restoration, yeah.
Yeah, so he's changing panels, aluminum panels on it. Depends how handy you are.
Right, that saves a lot of money too.
But it's nice that my network's now big enough where I could be like, hey, this guy's got a trailer that might work for you. Right. I've been able to make some, connect some people and make some deals. My old dispatcher, Dan, he's like the Grinch that stole Christmas. He will buy a lot of interesting trailers. He likes to talk on the phone. He likes to, he'll see something for sale, maybe at like a Ritchie Brothers auction or something, figure out who owns it, and then call them and say, hey, what if you, do you have any others you're planning to auction off? Right. And if they do, he said, how many, and could you show me pictures? Could you sell me everything? I think I could get you maybe a little bit better auction price or yeah. And so a couple times Dan calls and says, Serge, I've committed to buy 5 of these, and could you find someone to buy at least one of them? You know, and we all have to pool our money together so we can buy the whole lot. And that keeps happening over and over again. I mean, look up Precision Auto Transport. They don't exist, but their trucks are still out there, renamed. And Wagoneers, Dan bought a lot of those trucks. That company doesn't exist anymore. Dependable Auto Shippers also have either gone out of business or have a real small fleet. So a lot of times when these situations happen, when a company loses a contract, right? Like Precision Auto Transport, they hauled BMWs. If they lose their BMW hauling contract, their entire fleet is basically sold at 30% off, 50% off. You know, so if you have cash or if you have financing, creative financing that could get you cash, you could get a sweet deal that you could always walk away from and sell and at least get your money back.
Maybe even profit.
And Dan profits.
Yeah.
And so I have not been taking advantage of that as much as I should have. Because I enjoy I enjoy car hauling. I really like to see the garages. I really enjoy some of the garages. Like this last week, I'm behind on a bunch of videos right now, but this guy's garage, I'm not sure how much I could talk about it though. He's got 4 garages, right? And this is a client from over 5 years ago, and he's a friend now, and it's just I'm doing the part of car hauling that I enjoy.
You build the relationships and enjoy that.
Enjoy touching another guy's Ferrari and checking out his garage and maybe learning something from his American dream and applying it to mine.
Right, exactly.
So
it's motivation. You see their houses and their cars are like, this is going to be me one day, you know?
And just,
to a level of it, or who knows, you know?
And some of the stuff I can film, and that's what I show here on the channel, and that's why you guys are here, because you think it's cool, and it is cool. So, we're up to 20 minutes now. I'm glad you're better than this other guy. I was actually thinking to pay.
$100 per increase?
Yeah, man. I was considering. I was like, man, maybe I should, because in the future I want my credit to be better, maybe sooner than when I pay off all the loans for the rental cars.
Because you never know, something might pop up.
And I just kind of wanted to be proactive about that. And I was like, it might be worth it. So 40 times 100.
It's almost over $4,000.
Yeah. And
What did I charge you? Way less than that.
yeah,
You get
so
there's a lot of credit repair companies. You go out there and they just charge percentages of what you owe, or just crazy numbers. It's still way better than what your credit situation could have been, but they take advantage of that. Like you got to find the right people that are about helping people.
and if you're Ukrainian, we could get you a deal too. A lot of Ukrainians that are fresh off the boat here already got legalized getting those social security cards.
Right.
I mean, I even helped a guy get a couple of credit cards. He's like, Serge, I got my social security number, and I just like showed him which credit cards to get. And
That's a smart way to go.
just the basics, the American Express and a Capital One and whatever else.
Yeah.
So you could help people like that and have a plan. And
Right. Like be that mentor. A lot of people, they don't know what to do. They don't teach this stuff in school. When it comes to credit, financial literacy, they don't want you to know these secrets, or like just basic information. They hide it all so that you can't take advantage. They just want you to pay that interest, fall back on your cars, and get stuck in that loop, and then you end up owing double what your original amount was. That's what they want, so that you keep going that bottom hole.
As as we're talking about this, I'm thinking sometimes I even had those thoughts like, gee, I have to be a car hauler. I have to live in the truck or drive the truck so much just to justify, just to pay off these debts or have these
Make ends meet.
make ends meet, and just kind of you won't have to be on the road as much if you finance things the right way.
Right.
So
Your bills could be way less.
so it's so much fun to go car hauling. When you don't have to go, when you have a client that says, Serge, I need you to do this, and you're like, gee, I get to, you're like, gee, I can see my friend again, I can haul his cars, see what's up.
Right.
It's
20, 30 years from now.
it's so much more of a pleasure of a career when you're not like, oh, I have to go on the road this much to make this much money. Yeah, it's like you have fun and you're making money. So I'll leave the information in the link in the description. I'll leave the links in the description below. Gee, I made hundreds of videos and I keep twisting that up. So thanks again. Thanks for we're almost at 100 subscribers. I really appreciate that. This came much faster than I thought. It's my birthday. I couldn't have been happier. It's been long awaited for, right? Is that the correct way to say it? It's been, but again, I did the work ahead of time. I busted out all those videos before.
It doesn't happen overnight.
It never happens. And same here. If you prepare yourself to enter the car hauling, your American dream, if you spend most of your time preparing correctly, when you finally enter it, when you're on that stage, you can shine. Otherwise, you're just going to look like a fresh off the boat Ukrainian that just got his first job in America. And no one wants that, not even the Ukrainians. If you're Ukrainian and you're doing that, you know what I'm saying. I'm not picking on you personally. I only discriminate against you guys because you eat too much mayonnaise and condensed milk. This is barbecue sauce and hot sauce land. Welcome to America. So, I always got to throw those jokes out there. That's me. Got to tease those. Now, I don't know. Maybe we should make a T-shirt, about that or something. I mean, is that okay for me to tease that? We got to have fun, right? Because the TV says today I'm supposed to hate his nationality or whatever, right?
Religion.
Yeah, and he's supposed to hate mine if I'm Jewish or not. It's like, why can't we just settle this like boys on the racetrack, or in our car hauler business? Let's see who does better, who performs better.
Right. That's all.
And, maybe we could learn something from that. Right. So, thanks again. Bye now.
All right. Nice meeting you guys.